Hello everyone, today we want to talk about the AWS global infrastructure. We said AWS can help you to go global in minutes, so you can deploy your applications in multiple global locations in very quickly just by a few clicks. So the reason it can enable you to do it is because it has a very sophisticated global infrastructure. So, firstly, it has many regions, and the default usually is US East region, and you can also see US West, Asia Pacific, etc. So each of the region is isolate from each other, so it means it's independent from each other. If one region is down, the others would not be impacted. So this isolation it enables achieves a fault tolerance for you. And within each region there are multiple availability zones. So I will use the color of green. And it's short for AZ. So for example, in the US East, there's US East 1, US East 2, US East 3, and sometimes you see US East maybe, so you can see regions with availability zone as 1A, 1B. So there are multiple availability zones, and the availability zones is where the physical infrastructures are stored, and they are separate from each other because they are actually physically kilometers away from each other. And the separations among the availability zones is also enabled the further enabled fault tolerance among these availability zones. So if you have your data in the availability zone 1, US East 1, and then it's always good to have your backup in your data in more than 2 availability zones in the same region. And the reason is, if you have your data in the AZ1, and if it went down, and to make sure your application are still running with no problem, if you have your data in the availability zone 2, your application would maybe just be impacted for a few seconds, but it can very quickly switch to the backup data in the availability zone 2. So it enables a very high availability for your application. Among these availabilities, they are isolated, however, they're also interconnected with high-speed fiber. So it means if you do need to transmit data among these availability zones, it's very fast and secure. And the other component I want to talk about is called point of presence, or POP. And usually you would heard in Amazon terms are edge locations or regional cache servers. So I use the red point to represent. So the edge locations, they should be closer to your customers. So for customers, I used blue. So so in AWS, if you use CloudFront, it will send your data from availability zones to these edge locations. So they are closer to the customers, and it means the customers can receive these informations quicker. So how does this work? How does this edge location work? It uses the cache. It's a cache server. So if the first user, let's say if you have a video website, and the first customers wants to watch this video, and it would first request to its nearest cache location, and if there's no content, the request will goes to your AZ, so where you store the data, but it will be take a bit longer. However, the second customers, if they are based in similar location and the request goes to the same cache server, same edge location, then the data from the first request will be already cached in the edge location. Therefore, it's much quicker to go to the second user. So this is the value of edge location. It enables, if you have a big audience and they are based in different locations, and it can enables you to transmit the data to your customers in a faster speed. So these are the three major components of AWS infrastructure: the regions and the ADs and the edge locations. Thank you.